All right, guys, coming to you with a special El Chapo report, coming off our hiatus a little earlier than I suspected.
Yeah. This is the Chance and Nave special report. El Chapo's been captured. It's pretty crazy, just what went down. The El Stupido-ness of El Chapo.
Well, okay, what's crazy is okay. Everything about El Chapo, every story about him is always crazy. So it's true that he has broken out of the like federal Mexican prison twice, right?
Yeah, breaking out is like
Okay, well,
he
okay,
he just
they
he
let
just
him out.
nonchalantly walked out.
Have you seen all the conspiracy theories of ex prison guards at that prison that he just broke out of, the most recent one, that say that that's not him in the video? You know, they have the video of him just like
Yeah,
strolling and like going down the hole and like getting on a fucking motorcycle. But well, they don't have the video of the motorcycle, unfortunately. But a lot of officials have come out and said they don't believe that that video is even authentic because everyone that's in that prison has to have their head completely shaved every day or so. That's like a requirement of that prison. It's just one of the things they do to punish you. And in that video, he has like a full head of hair.
hmm.
Like, this is clearly not El Chapo's.
The rules probably don't apply to El Chapo, but now
That's what I'm thinking.
he's
Yeah.
about to come get some good American justice.
He fucking just pushed it too far. It's like, dude, you could have just like kind of
He not
gone.
watched Narcos. Like, you got to know what happens.
In the interview with Sean Penn, apparently they actually talk about the ending of how fucking Pablo Escobar was killed.
So, for listeners that don't know, El Chapo got caught because he did a sit down interview with Sean Penn and just like stayed there. It's like he just kept moving, is how he's been like on the lam so far. But they pinpointed him to like a specific location because of an interview with Sean Penn, which
Right.
we'll get to Sean Penn later. But um, now I'm really intrigued to see the interview. I can't wait for it. Hopefully, it's going to be on like Dateline or something. It'll probably be
It's
on like
not a video
Alt.
interview. It's for the Rolling Stone. It's
Yeah,
just like an article.
right. But I'm sure they videotaped it in some sense.
Maybe. I don't know. I would kind of be surprised because the only thing that's come out so far is that one photo. I don't know if El Chapo. Okay, so this is the thing. It wasn't just El Chapo. It's El Chapo has been getting, I guess he's just in contact with like Hollywood fucking executives.
Yeah,
Really. And so, because I was like, how the fuck did Sean Penn talk to him? But it turns out he's talking to tons of people in Hollywood about his biopic. But he like has had all these offers financially to do the biopic, but clearly he like sells methamphetamines in the United States and heroin. So he doesn't, money is not really an issue to him. So he wanted to be in control of the biopic that was made about his life. Like this
yeah,
was important to him. And so that's how the interview came about. And that's how I guess Sean Penn. I don't know. I didn't know Sean Penn was writing articles for Rolling Stone in the first place. Like, why the fuck are
yeah.
they sending Sean Penn to do this interview that could actually be like a really? Don't they have actual journalists that could do this?
I wish they had sent Cameron Crowe.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. Yeah, I don't know if Sean Penn, like, where does Sean Penn just decide? I want to go interview El Chapo. Like, calls up Rolling Stone. Hey, I got this idea for a story. It's me interviewing El Chapo. We're gonna like get down to the nitty gritty. Maybe go to Haiti. Uh, it's like, come on. But this brought up something, and we had a little debate on social media last night about
Oh
this.
Jesus.
Joe Rogan had made a comment that he wanted to like slap the shit out of Sean Penn, something to that effect.
This is okay. So just so people know the background of that, Sean Penn got really offended because Sean Penn is a fucking complete douchebag. When Chris Rock was hosting, I think the Academy Awards, Chris Rock made some joke about Jude Law being like in every movie that had been to come out that year or something. It was like really good year for Jude Law apparently, and just made that joke. And Sean Penn came out to like present an award, and of course went off script because that's what he does, and like basically told Chris Rock like the reason Jude Law is like in everything is because he's a great actor and a great artist and just being a fucking real douchey motherfucker.
Yeah.
So that's why Joe Rogan said he wanted to just strangle him. He said he was going to pin him up against the wall with one hand and just like strangle the life out of him.
Now I think Sean Penn could kick his ass. This is where the debate came. you and like I guess everyone else on the internet thinks Joe Rogan would just beat the shit out of Sean Penn. I think Sean Penn is like is a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, no question about that. But so is Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, I don't really like
see Joe Rogan living in Haiti. I don't see Joe Rogan like in post Katrina on a little swift boat with like a pistol on his hip.
It wasn't a pistol. He was straight up carrying an actual shotgun, like just like across his chest, carrying a fucking shotgun. No, I agree with you. Sean Penn could take out anyone in Hollywood. Joe Rogan, I don't look at as like a Hollywood guy. Joe Rogan is like, I mean, have you seen what he looks like recently?
Yeah. Okay. Now, I think this is where we're getting off. I think in maybe a fight with like rules, like if they got in the octagon, I think Joe Rogan could win. I think in a regular fight, Sean Penn would just rip his eyeball out or stab him and then beat the shit out of him. I'm sure Sean Penn has like been in fights. Like a lot.
Well, we know that he's been in a fight. Well, oh God, I'm not even gonna. Okay, he's allegedly, like beat the shit out of Madonna. I know he's like suing everyone that says that right now.
Yeah.
There's a 0% chance that he's gonna see this or this is gonna get out. But I'm not sure if that's true or not. He's beat up some fucking paparazzi and shit. But I mean, anyone could do that. Paparazzi don't fight back. They like want to get beaten up. That's the point of a paparazzi, is to get beaten up. That's how they collect their big paydays.
Right. Yeah, I know that. I just think it would be a closer fight. I think y'all are underestimating Sean Penn.
I think maybe you know that like Joe Rogan like does MMA training every day. Like that's what his like half of his life like consists of. Is he's been a martial arts expert for like his whole life.
Well, I see that, but he doesn't have the sheer insanity and just badassness of Sean Penn. Just
I prefer Sean Penn to Joe Rogan as well, but I think you're
no, I don't even prefer. I don't prefer them. I think Sean Penn is an awful person. I think he's insane, and he wants attention, and I don't know, but
he takes himself really seriously.
Yeah,
that's what makes it hard to like.
Yeah, I just wouldn't fight the guy though.
No, he beat the shit out of us. Yes, I would 100% agree with that. But I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree on that one.
I think I would at least think about fighting Joe Rogan.
Oh my God. I kind of want to fight him with like all of his bullshit about like hating every vegan. Like he hates vegans. He thinks like vegans are against him for some reason, and I think people give him credit for being an intelligent person when he's not really that intelligent. I mean, he's mild. He's one of those guys that thinks everything he reads on the internet is true. He's like a conspiracy theorist. And so
I will fight him then. He's probably just like free Steve Avery.
Yeah. He goes on Alex Jones a lot. I think him and Alex Jones are actually buds.
Jesus Christ. You know the town that we live in, Burleson, that they have a prepper's store.
No, I didn't know.
It's by Antonio's. There's a straight up prepper store. And I was like, it made me just be like, I need to move.
Is it the one that sells guns?
Yeah.
That one? Okay.
No, the one that sells guns, it's 2 shop fronts down. So you can go get your gun and you can go to the prepper store.
And go get like your potato ration.
Yeah, yep, emergency rations, like make your own like water supply. It's just a store just taking money from this like low IQ people.
I saw a video on BuzzFeed or something. I can't remember where it was, where like a professional chef, some really well respected chef, took prepper rations and like prepared them and then ate them on camera. I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? This is like the worst thing ever. And ranked like which ones were good and like which ones were just awful.
That's genius.
Maybe when we come back, we'll do a little segment where we eat some preppers rations. We'll go down there and get some.
Or we fight a prepper. No.
You don't want to do that.
I know. They just shoot you.
Those are the only people actually open carrying yet. But speaking of open carry, have you seen anyone actually open carrying yet? I have not.
I haven't either. I didn't realize that it was just for people that with concealed handgun licenses. Now it's just like they have open carry licenses.
Yeah, you still have to have the license.
I know that the gun show last week was they said it was insane how many people showed up. Like, okay, I've been to a gun show in Fort Worth at the Will Rogers Coliseum. It's pretty cool if you don't think about like just how dangerous it is. It's cool to go look and like hold a gun and like play with it.
Oh yeah. I've been to a gun show there too. Gun shows are cool. Guns are like really fun to like look at and play with. But those things are a little scary.
Yeah. So what they do is they're just like they just feed on, they just feed you fear. Basically, they're just like, "Yep, Bubba's gonna take all them guns. You need to get this one." It's like he's not taking your goddamn guns. We've been over this.
Did you see any of the town hall meeting where Chris Kyle's wife came and questioned him about? I didn't actually see what she asked. I just saw the head. I didn't read the story, but
I watched the whole thing, what she asked and how he answered. And it's funny because like people on the right are just like, watch Taya Kyle destroy Obama. And it's just like, then the people on the left are just like, watch Taya Kyle get owned by Obama. It was actually like a decent like discussion. Her point was just, I thought was pretty stupid. I don't understand why she.
What was her point? What was she saying?
She was basically just like, I can't really even remember the point she was making now that I think of it. She's just like using some statistics, basically saying that 99% of gun owners aren't going to like go murder somebody. And the murder rate has actually gone down in America.
Oh, right. Yes, I remember that.
We need to celebrate that. And then to a point, he's just like, I don't know. That's.
I remember. Now I remember what she said, and what his response was. Just that's great that it's going down, but we need to like build on that momentum, basically.
Yeah. Like, well, he was like, if you take like what you're saying though, and you break it down to where this is still happening, I think the statistics show that in the areas with more like guns, and he's just like, we want to stop people from like going and selling a bunch of guns to like 13-year-olds and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean, he answered it perfectly. It was, and then the rest of the town hall meeting was just like, I don't want anybody to take away my guns. It's like,
yeah,
this is a big people discussion. Go like crawl into a hole or under a rock, whatever you gotta do.
I've been seeing some people trying to claim that the executive order violates HIPAA regulations. Did you see this?
Yeah.
Oh, God, this is the dumbest thing ever. They're not realizing that an executive order is not a law, so therefore it cannot violate HIPAA HIPAA regulations have just nothing to do with this at all. And that's like just this conspiracy theory that they're going to strike down an executive order based on HIPAA, which is just about sharing medical records. It has nothing to do with this.
It is ridiculous. It's the same people that you actually called them out on this, and then the White House responded after this about the Steve Avery thing, where they're just like, "Dear Obama, please free Steve Avery and Brandon Dassey." And the White House, and it reaches a certain amount of signatures where the White House has to respond. And they at first it's like 10,000, so that people are just like, "Dude, have Obama make farts illegal." Just like dumb ones like me and you would make, and they just get the 10,000. And the White House would have to respond to it. So then they just kept raising it at the bar, like thinking like, okay, we're not going to get like a million dumbasses to sign this. And they're still doing it. It reaches that threshold, the White House will respond. And they were just like, just let you know, the president, that's a state matter. It's only federal like instances where he can give
can pardon.
Yeah, give a pardon.
Yeah.
That and turkeys.
Yeah, I've heard that he like really hates the turkey pardoning. He's like,
I watched the video of that, and he's just like so beat down every year. He's like, "This is the dumbest thing I have to do.
Such a waste of time."
They're just like forcing me to do it.
There's a great West Wing episode dedicated to the turkey pardonings, where the communications director, I fucking can't remember what her title is, CJ Craig, who's like the White House communications director, I think at that time, brings in 2 turkeys, and the president always has to pick which one to pardon, and she talks him into pardoning both turkeys because she becomes like so attached to them, like as pets. Anyway, check out that episode.
No. Oh, by the way, just for the listeners, I went and saw Hateful Eight. It was horrible.
That's what I've been hearing. I'm not even going to try to see it. I'm surprised you didn't go see The Revenant instead.
Well, I saw Hateful Eight last week. Revenant came out this week. I might go see The Revenant today, actually. But after sitting through that 3 hours, man, it was bad. The
trailers just never got any better. Like the teaser trailers, you're like, oh yeah, this is going to get good. But then when the full length trailers came out, it was like, okay. I mean, maybe it's all right, but it doesn't really look all that great.
No, don't waste. I wouldn't even suggest renting it unless you're like hardcore Tarantino fan and you're just like, I'm gonna
don't even watch it at all.
Or yeah, it's too long and I was really disappointed.
So his worst movie yet?
Easily his worst movie.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. It's like Reservoir Dogs, but without like being good.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, El Chapo. We'll have more on El Chapo when he gets extradited to the U.S.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll do an interview with him. Hopefully,
if he's just handing out interviews, maybe we could get. Apparently, if we had just tried to reach out to him, we actually could have gotten in touch with him.
I think a lot of we need to start reaching out to criminals that are on high profile cases because I think they'll just do jailhouse interviews with anyone.
I would just feel too guilty, I think, doing that. Like because
I'll call.
Yeah, they probably actually would. Anyway, El Chapo. He's caught. He's probably going to end up in federal prison in the United States now. Fucking moron. He's not escaping out of any of those. Anything else on El Chapo before we wrap up this little special report?
No. Viva El Chapo.
All right. Check out MexicanTrump.com for I'm kind of wishing I had like included El Chapo in there now. But you can check out Trump Goes to Mexico on there. I just got my rejection letter from the New Yorker, which actually submitted it. Submitted my short story. I was just like, I looked at all the places that you could online submit it, and the New Yorker was one of them, and they actually responded and said no thanks. But check out AM Podcast Network on Twitter at AM Podcast Net. Check us out on Twitter at Chance and Nabe. What else?
Check out the old Barbecue Thug at Barbecue Thug on Twitter. I ate some barbecue last night. It was pretty good.
Also check out my other podcast on Twitter at Podcast Marriage, where you have like an interview coming up in like a week with a podcast called OMP Unplugged. So be on the lookout for that. Anything else?
No, that'll do it.
All right.